Hello. Did you all miss me? Well, I'm back, bitches. Yes.
Hello. Welcome back to Overlord. We are down one person today. That is, of course, Kari, of all things.
Well, of all things considered, nothing of value was lost.
Well, she is currently attending Mina University, so...
Yes. See, if she went to Minion University, she might learn something. But alas.
Well, I can't exactly knock it off. Anyway, this episode was sort of a last minute in doing because when I recorded all these episodes, I thought everything was fine until I replayed the videos again. I was missing one segment.
Oh yeah, which bit was it?
This segment,
yes.
the getting the first forge, which is exactly what we're doing. Last episode, to bring James up to speed, we went through Castle Spree and saved the first mistress of the tower.
In my opinion, the better one, because the second one just did nothing.
I know. That's the thing. That the evil, her sister, basically. Can we just like unspoil it? Yeah. There are two mistresses, and they're both related. Rose and her sister Velvet. Yeah. I mean, Kari kind of spoiled things that since we're technically going for the good ending for this story, it's technically at this point. So, and since Overlord 2 kind of throws the canon up into complete and utter pieces.
Yeah. Like the problem with the whole mistress thing is like it kind of follows the Peter Molyneux playbook, where it's like, oh, you can have a woman and she does nothing.
The only thing I would say is the only thing that she does basically you allow you to spend stuff at your tower, which we have already done.
It's like I remember playing the game myself. It's like, oh, but you can sleep with her. Yeah, in sequences you can't watch because PG-13. So that makes it pointless.
Yeah.
Like either she comes into battle with you and helps kick some ass, and if that's not going to be there, then again, not to sound like a fucking Tumblr feminist or anything, but it's like if that's all they're going to be there for, then yeah, I'm good, thanks. I can just watch porn off the internet. So.
Aye, but the sequence here is because fucking villagers.
Oh, I hate villagers.
I know. Fortunately, when we have to get the forge back to the tower, the only route to the tower is basically laden with absolute idiots. Unfortunately, this is not my footage, as it were. What they're doing here is that, whilst technically there are advantages of using red minions here, as I mentioned before, as I talked to Kari in the last episode, was it the episode before? They are terrible fighters. Yeah. I call them long rangers.
Yeah, because from my experiences of playing the game, like I mainly had the brown ones because they were better fighters.
Yeah, browns are the melee fighters. Basically, they're the grunts. Yeah. The red ones basically. Ooh. And here's a cutscene I forgot to mention. There is no subtitles here because the person I borrowed footage from did not put subtitles on. So we're gonna have to explain what's going on here. Well, they're explaining about the forest, how it's basically, acting up and shit. We gotta investigate the forest in the next episode, actually.
Oh, cool. I hated that forest segment.
What, everyone? Yeah.
Was not a fan at all.
Really? You're not a fan?
I think it was just, whenever I played the game again, there's always this one, it always happens, there's this one bit I always get stuck on, I'm like, fuck. And in the end, it's like, you figure it out and then you just sort of slap your forehead and go, wipe that thing.
Yeah, there's an interesting thing as well coming in from now that we've gotten to this side of the sheepy thing. Well, fortunately the sheepies now have a means of attacking people. The rams. What? I was gonna make a memory joke, but I think male sheepies are even worse than female sheepies.
Of course they are.
Well, unfortunately, as much as they are, they fight. Yeah. Sheepies are just sheepies. No one likes sheepies.
Well, they go. I'll try that again. Well, they do go well with some mint sauce. Thanks to get my fucking line right.
No. I was wondering where you was going with that.
Yeah. You know what? Still a better single than Nicki Minaj.
True.
But I died.
Or if Fluffball was here, she would have used the hashtag.
No, she's not here. She's currently making a very nice throw rub on my car.
Real reason, she's at university.
A minion can dream. Or whatever now.
Yes. Yeah, as you may have seen, those big bundles of hay. If you set them on fire, they literally will explode.
Well, that's usually what happens with fire, dude. It's just
Yeah, but I've never heard. But hay never explodes.
you'd be surprised.
What? Hay actually explodes? I don't think so.
Depends what you
Like,
put
for
in
one-
it.
Depends on what you put in the fucking hay, but I don't think hay in general fucking explodes. It's
Get
just
Mythbusters on that shit.
yeah. Speaking of Mythbusters, the show's finally ending.
Oh
Yeah, it's finally coming. It was said that they actually coming to an end. And Facebook is acting up. So,
yeah. With Facebook in general.
of course, Facebook in general.
It's like, hey, do you want to see some news stories? How about you go fuck yourself?
I know. That's all to put up, and god damn it, this person's not very good, it seems, when it comes to media control. I would have just used all browns this one.
Where'd you get the footage from?
Oh, it was some HD collection, some guy I can't remember.
I'm sure you'll put a link in the description. Hopefully.
I'll try and remember. Small likely chance is I'm not going to be able to remember.
The person will go, hey, that's me.
Maybe. I apologise.
If whoever's person's footage whoever's footage this person belongs to, let us know in the comments, and Harrison here can, link blah 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 and all that legal bollocks.
We will promote your shit.
I'll
like
just say fucking cunty bollocks.
Of course you will.
Of course I will.
Course
Yes, I will. And I just did.
In fact, yes indeed. And if you may have noticed, the guide literally has see, I can't tell. Can't fucking see. Yeah, he's 133. Last I checked, he actually has fucking 900 fucking thingamajiggies. You'll find out in a minute, but I think he fucking grinded the shit out of the browns.
Good old
Which is what-
workhorse.
I know. So yeah, we now have a smelter to the tower, which will now open up a new segment to the tower. As you could probably see in a minute, it actually cleans up. I was actually worried originally that the footage would not have matched up, since in the 11th episode we picked up a health totem.
That was kind of wound me up. It's just like trying to find those bloody things. Kari had to point out a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on the sequel.
Yeah, the sequel's a different kettle of fish. We will eventually get to it at some point.
And I'll sit there and sound like a grumpy old man.
Well, it's what happens when you basically inadvertently went through the entire game bare minimalist.
Hey, I still managed to get to the end, so give me
You
some
got to the end and you couldn't, and you had to wait for,
basic equipment always works sometimes.
sometimes. Anyway, as you can see, the smelter is forged by Chiblet here.
Yes, he's a very good devotee for my cause, yes.
As you can see. Now, the smelter, there's about 3 smelters. I'm actually glad they got rid of this in the sequel.
Oh yeah?
They got rid of this in the sequel because it made it a lot easier to forge armor, weapons, and all that stuff.
Ah, yes.
And this is where it gets complicated, as it were. You can forge items based on your apparatus. The basic one is steel. The next one, which we'll be getting, is Durham. I think it was Durham, and the other one's the highest level.
Yeah, you can forge
Can't remember the mineral.
Or
But
like
there-
adamantium or something.
You can create 3 types of items.
I can't remember. I know Durham is the next one up, but here's what you do. There's actually 3 different kinds of weapons you can make here. The sword is surprising for a sword. It's the lightest. It's also the quickest and the lightest in attack mode. The axe is the medium point. But the most powerful here is the mace, or in Japan's case, it's called a hammer.
The lives of your minions can
Yeah,
be
for some
used
reason
to
it's called a
renew
hammer.
items.
Even though it's like spiked, it's got like
Yeah,
a
it looks
certain.
like a mace.
It looks like a mace. They call it a hammer.
Minions you can sacrifice.
I'm sure
Fucking
there's a joke in there somewhere, but...
Yes, of course. Anyway, here you can there's a certain amount of minions you can upgrade to the forge. I think what the guy realized was, oh shit, I need to upgrade my armor. And technically it's kind of true. We're about to move on to our, see here, he's grinded up 900 of the buggers. He must have been right through, must have gone through this here millions and millions of times.
That's dedication right there.
I know, either he didn't want to go for the game, but played proper. Of course, I, the surprisingly good Overlord player, just carried on where it is. When we have our real levels, that's the next episode, that's our proper levels. Okay, it's a good thing though they don't have ramps here.
Hell yeah.
The beginning pile of sheeps, aka the easiest pile to get.
Ah, yes.
If you want to grind the amount of brown orbs here without relying on killing the bugs, which we collected for the tower, that is what we're probably going to do. Is we're going to be relying on the tower dungeon to stock up on souls, and that is why we're going to be calling later on the Great Minion Purge thingamajiggy. A lot of minions died so that we can get fully upgraded shit.
Godspeed those minions. Godspeed.
Yeah. Godspeed, indeed. I think it just goes round again. So, that's basically the gist of what we got for this episode. What we're going to conclude is that we're actually going to go into the forest instead of going into Heaven's Peak, what you're supposed to do. But I'd rather we go through the forest and we go through Evernight, get as much as we can, without getting to the point where we literally will be stopped. Which is where you're supposed to actually go to Heaven's Peak. Because you're supposed to get the blue minions first. And I don't. I'd rather get the green minions first.
Well,
It's easy if we get the greens. Because we need the stealth action. There was a big huge thing that me and Kari talked about was whilst the browns have their uses, the reds have their uses, the blues have their uses, what are the greens? Apart from being stealthy,
yeah.
what are they good for?
Yeah, they're the ones I didn't really use all that much.
The only benefit of the added benefits of such things like that was that you could easily use them to jump opponents, take a good chunk of their health, but that's a different strategy that we'll need to focus on in the past. So, we're about to enter our next location, the forest. So, prejudice towards elves coming up, because I think for some people just don't like the elves. Here's the reason why we need the Reds. It's a fire barrier near forest. I don't see the point. Wouldn't the forest?
Yeah, just burn the whole thing down.
Yeah, I was about to say fire burns trees. Why did it not burn down the forest?
Game logic.
Yeah, I know. Don't bother. Anyway, so finally arrived at our next location, the forests of Evernight. And as you can pretty much see, it's fine now, but as soon as we go in, it starts getting dark, it gets murky, and we have we have an objective immediately, choking roots. Yeah, so, we've pretty much reached the end of our point, so next episode, we're going to start a new area.
Oh boy.
Indeed. The last of we'll see if found footage for at least a while. So, till next time, folks.
Until next time.
You'll see myself, and James, and Gnarl in the next episode. Bye for now.